Are you feeling exhausted, burnt out, verging on burnout, wondering when you open your eyes in the morning just how you can keep doing what you're doing? If so, have a listen. My name is Ann Bax. I am a nurse practitioner, and I'm also a coach for people who are feeling overwhelmed and on edge, exhausted, feeling like life has got the control of the speed button on the treadmill. And they also are longing to get off that train. They want more freedom and ease. They want more joy. They want nourishing relationships. They want to have their own back. They want to live their dreams and their desires, but they feel like they're not. If that's you, stay with me here. My own personal journey was very much like that. So that description was also me several years ago. And what I want you to know is that it is absolutely possible to unhook from that and find the ease and freedom that you're longing for. To live your life fully as you. To be able to see your dreams and desires show up as you say yes with the clarity that's fully you. That's entirely possible. I've walked this path, and I'm super grateful to be able to live in this place of being fully me. What is stopping us is not because there's something inherently wrong with us or broken about us or not enough about us. It actually is our conditioning that creates survival strategies for us to live within. These are parts of our nervous system that we didn't create, we didn't cultivate. They formed over time, automatically. Our ego, we were born with certain parts of us, certain ego structures that have continued to morph, and its job is to help protect us, the being that we think we are, protect us from the wounds that we've sustained over time, our personality traits that we've been born with, our epigenetics that have trickled down through the millennia of our family lines, and our nervous system that is designed to keep us safe. And this way of living, this conditioning, has become very familiar because it's just slowly built over time. And the more years we've been on this earth, the more layers have been added. Sometimes I describe it as glasses that have layers and layers of dirt and grime over them. And I only use that language because I think we can understand when our glasses get dirty. We don't see well. For those of you who don't have glasses, maybe you've worn goggles or, you know, even sunglasses, right? That get smudged and you realize, well, I'm not really seeing clearly. This conditioning acts like that, but it occurs almost insidiously. We're not aware of it. And we begin to think this is how life is. This is life. This life is hard. This life is just, I never get a break. Always something else happening. Life doesn't flow the way I want it to. Maybe you find yourself resentful or angry at life. Why does this always happen to me? Maybe it's in your relationships that you see it show up. If you would do X, Y, Z, I would be okay. If you were different, I would be okay. This is the conditioning under which we live. The parts of us that are protected by these structures of ourselves that are tender and have been wounded. And we live, there becomes another layer on the glasses that we live life through. And then we try to plan and we try to feel into what our dreams and our desires are. I mean, how often, maybe you've been asked this question, but what is your heart's desires? What do you most want? Do you ever find yourself thinking, oh, geez, I don't know, I haven't thought about it? Ooh, that's a hard question. Right. Because pretty often our survival strategies, this conditioned part of ourselves steps in. And it's like, nah, shut that down. That's like getting outside the comfort zone. This is not about survival now. And these survival strategies have served us well, don't get me wrong. They've served us well. And so it's not about being at war with them. But the clients that I serve who want to live with freedom, freedom to choose, and ease to just go, yes, and life is an adventure. There's a joy. Anxiety falls away. Relationships become nourishing and deeply connected. Resentment falls away. We're living deeply aligned with ourselves, unhooked from the conditioning. That's what's possible. And so the clients that I work with are people who long for and have often tried many strategies to see if they can find more of that. Read the books, listened to the TED Talks, practice yoga, meditation. They've done various things, therapy, multiple times to therapy, trying to sort of fix broken parts of themselves. And they feel this deep longing to say, yeah, but there's something more. I want to live fully as me. And when I try, I feel like I just get lost again in my head. That's because that's where the stories, the thoughts, the beliefs, the wounds hang out. And all of these other strategies that have been tried, because me too, it's not that they're not helpful or of benefit. It's just that they're limited. The unlimited version of this is learning how to unhook from them, not push them away, not go to war with them, not relegate them to the dungeon, but unhook, see them, include them in our version of ourselves, but lead from this authentic place. And when I'm talking about this authentic, real place, this real part of me, of our personhood, this has been with us from the time we drew our first breath and will be with us until we take our last breath. This part of us is, is the young you who in the summertime laid on the grass, the coolness of the grass, and watched the clouds with nowhere else to go, nothing else to do. And even as you vision that, do you feel your body? Do you notice what happens to your body? This place has always been here. It's just that it's quiet and it can't really be heard above the noise of our world and of the survival strategies that have been put into place, defense mechanisms. And so when I work with clients, we're together in this container that's safe, deeply compassionate, and we learn the skills of unhooking from our conditioning, from the stories, thoughts, wounds, beliefs that circle. We know in our heads, our thoughts, right? Take us down rabbit holes. We learn to unhook from that. And when we unhook, we connect with this part of ourselves, this personhood, this deeply authentic truth of who we are. And we practice living life from this place. And so I want you to know it's entirely possible to move from the fast-paced, driven, exhausted, anxious, overwhelmed place to living with ease and freedom, to living the desires and dreams of your truest self, because it's clear. We've cleaned the glasses off. We've removed the layers. And now it's clear. This isn't a one and done sort of thing. But what it is a one-to-one container where you're supported to re-familiarize yourself, unhook, and live forward every day. That's how we do this. And we practice it. And we don't end up in a there place. I'm not there. There is no there. Because there's always another edge of freedom that needs to be explored. Life always has challenges. It's just that there's a confidence and an ease about saying, yeah, if I go down a rabbit hole in a sticky spot, an old sticky wound, I know how to get back out. I know how to find me again and come back to this freedom and ease. That's the real skill that is a forever skill. Once you learn this, you can't unknow this. This is a forever skill. And then it's just about practicing in each moment. How much more of me can I bring here? And if, like me, you've done many, many things to try to get here, you know the thing that gets you caught is right here between our ears. That's what flies up. That's what is sticky. That's what keeps us where we are in status quo, in survival mode. But if you're feeling the urge, the longing, and your discomfort or distress from where you are now is sufficient, trust this, that this is calling to you to make this step. From this place, to say yes, that there can and is a way to live thriving. So it's really about moving from survival strategies that have served us well to actually surrendering to this calling, this nudge, this longing into thriving, living fully as you, having your own back, fiercely claiming you, and living beautifully connected with the people that you want to be connected with. So I invite you, if this is something that calls to you, send me a message from wherever that you're watching this. Send me a message and we'll hop on a call together and we'll get clear about where are you now and where do you long to be. And we'll talk about how I can help you to close the gap so that you become in this space of living fully aligned with you, with your own deep, authentic self, your own personhood. I invite you to join me for a call if this resonates.